I have this Gameboy Advance. I haven't worked on one of these in a while, so I figured I'd work on one. Give my mind a break from all the horrible reballing of chips and all kind of other crap. So the power button doesn't seem to work very well. I don't think this is working. Oh, you know what? Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Will it focus properly? It's not focusing, y'all. Anyhow, I see a little corrosion in the battery terminals. Dude, this sucks, man. This sucks. In any event, let's take this thing apart. Alright, so that's all the screws. Yeah, so why is this thing not focusing, bro? Focus! Oh, this camera's gonna drive me nuts. Well, I hate to say it, but I think my phone is still better than this. Alright, so we got some corrosion. I'm going to set my power supply to 3 volts. And I'm going to turn the power supply on, drawing no current. Turn the power supply on or off. That switch has some issues, bro. Alright, let's cut the power supply on. It's drawing no current. Alright, cutting the power supply on. We're going to measure some voltage. I'm going to put a black probe on ground. Am I getting voltage? I get voltage at the battery connector. Do I get voltage at this fuse? I get I get voltage. Do I get voltage through the fuse? I do. Do I get voltage out of this pin? I do not. And the pin I'm looking at is the 3rd pin. So voltage should come in this pin, and it should leave this pin, and it doesn't. So that tells me that there's something wrong with that switch. Let's take the board out and remove that switch. So let's put some flux down. And let's take some solder, wherever I put the solder. Yeah, this ain't wanting to, it's not wanting to take the solder at all, man. Let's try to get this other side off. Alright, that's off. And as you can see, you know what, let's just go under the friggin' microscope here. As you can see, that switch is not looking very, very healthy, so oh my goodness, it doesn't even want to come out. Alright, I need to go get some vinegar and put some vinegar in there. Alright, let's put some of this down. Let it bubble up. Yeah, that thing's terribly corroded, bro. Hopefully the switch isn't damaged. The little prongs underneath, oh my goodness. So there's the bottom of the switch. I'm fairly certain that thing is a goner, bro. Just set that in the thing. Dude, that is incredible, bro. I've never seen that much corrosion. Well, I mean, I have, but not like. I'm sure this thing is a goner, but I want to make sure. Yeah, there's a piece of the leg right there, I think. Alright, so we're going to apply power and see if it will turn on. I jumpered between positive and that third pin right there, so we are going to see what happens when I do this. Hopefully nothing horrible. real quick. Oh, I heard the logo. Hey, it works. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's see if we can play Tetris. Apparently not. It recognizes it. It's all jumbled up. Alright, let's clean the cartridge. Or the put some alcohol. I'm sure there's corrosion. Alright. Hey, it's reading it. Alright, let's see if it'll read a Gameboy Advance game. We got some Pac-Man. It does indeed. All right. So at least we know it works. So we just need to find a replacement power switch. In this case, it's horrible, bro. So I think I'm going to put this in the retro brightening thing I made. And we will see look what the corrosion did to the bottom of the deal there, man. That's pretty bad. Alright, anyhow. So yeah, I'm gonna have to order a switch. And when I get it, I'll put it on and see what we can do. Alright, so I ordered this little deal here from Amazon. And I'm guessing it slides on here like so. I think I'm gonna have to line it up under the microscope. So yeah, I think we're gonna go under the microscope and try to put this bad boy on. I've done my best to clean it, to clean any bit of corrosion I saw off of it. I have a feeling this is going to be horribly difficult. So I'm guessing it goes on there like that. Let's do this. Let's put solder on the ground leg. Like that, right? And then we'll set this on here. And then we'll do it like that. And then that. Yeah, that worked. Alright, so now let's just do the rest of these. Alright. Now we just need to line up the switch. I think that would be the perfect spot for it. So let's tack down one of these legs here. Let's tack down one on this side. Actually, let's slide it over a little bit. I'm pretty sure that's how you put it on. So we'll go ahead and cut it off. Let's take my battery terminals and wait, they go the other way, don't they? No, they go this way. No, it goes like this. That only took 30 minutes. Alright, so the case is still drying. How does this go on? Like this. Or the case is still being retro brightened, I should say. It's been in there for 2 days. I haven't checked on it today. Make sure we're not going to short anything out. I don't think we will. Let's positive here, negative here. I don't think anything's shorting up. Nothing blew up. Switch works pretty good. Yeah, nice little click. Alright, so good. Alright, switch is installed. So now I have to wait for the case to finish retro brightening, and then we'll put it back in the case and see how that works. It has been like 6 days, and this is as good as I could get it, man. This thing was, I mean, I suppose it's better than it was, but it's still terrible. But anyhow, I'm not planning on selling this anyway, so. So, you know, one thing I'm curious about is, will this power up with this lithium battery? It's a 3.7 volt battery. So I want to determine, I ordered the smallest battery I could find that was around 3 volts. And so looking on Amazon, this was in fact the smallest one. So if I were to clip off these, let's leave a little just in case I need to put that back on there. And if I hook positive to positive, well, first let's measure the voltage coming. So if I measure the voltage coming out of this battery, what voltage am I going to get? Three something? So hopefully not more than 3.7. I don't know what the 3.8. So I don't know what the Game Boy will boot up on. I don't know if it'll boot up on a higher voltage or not. I know I was reading online. I was just skimming. I was curious about USB-C and how to make a USB-C circuit. And some folks said that the Game Boy would boot up with 3.7 volts, but not more than 3.7. So I am going to see if I can get this thing to solder on here. All right, the battery is connected. Will it turn on? No, it won't cut on. The voltage is too high. The voltage is too high, so let's disconnect that. I need to find a lower voltage battery or something. Or I need to step down the voltage. One or the other is what I need to do. If I connect it back up to the power supply, it should cut on. Yeah, see, it cuts right on. So yeah, so the voltage is too high out of this battery. So yeah, I need to find a lower, I need a lower capacity battery. That's what I need. Let me think about that. You know what I just realized is if I take a diode and put that in series with the positive side of that battery, so positive to anode, and then the cathode would go to the positive battery terminal, that should drop 0.7 volts. And so then I would have the exact voltage that the Game Boy needs. What's the best way to get this thing soldered on there, dude? Can we tin up this? Ooh, that's hot, bro. That's hot. like that, right? So now let's measure the voltage coming out of the battery through the diode and see if it drops the voltage down by 0.7 volts or thereabouts. Oh my goodness, dude, that thing dropped it down. Alright, so we got the voltage down a little bit lower. I don't know if it's low enough or not, but maybe going through this diode will help decrease the voltage enough to where we can use the battery. Alright, let's put ground on. Alright, so the battery is connected. Let's see if it'll cut on now. It does. It does cut on. Alright, we're making progress, y'all. So I think I need to figure out how to get a USB charger. That way maybe we can hook it up in a way that charges the battery. So let me investigate that and then we'll see. But even still, this didn't drop as much voltage as I thought it would. I thought I would get it down to at least like 3.2 volts. And then that way, no matter how much, if you charge this battery up to 3.8 volts or whatever, it would go ahead and you know, keep the voltage anywhere between 3.2 and 3.7 or whatever. But I'm not sure unless that's a germanium diode. I don't know, it's these Bojack assortment of diodes I bought a long time ago. I used the 4001. I mean, it's a 50 volt diode, but that's a gigantic diode, man. Good grief. But it's 1 amp. It's a 1 amp diode, so, and I don't think the Gameboy Advance draws too much current. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a USB circuit. I'll look online and see if I can't figure those out. Now that I know the battery will at least work. Man, I just recorded a whole bunch of stuff and didn't hit the record button. So here's what I've done. I found this deal right here. And on this, it has B positive and B minus. So I took the battery leads of my battery, positive and minus, and I soldered them to B positive and B minus. And then when I measure the voltage, on the output pins of out positive and out minus, I get battery voltage, right? So when I plug in my USB-C cable, my LED illuminates red, which I'm assuming means that it is charging the battery. That's what I'm assuming that means. And as you can see, we're sitting at 4.01 volts, but I presume the battery is fully charged. I mean, 3.8 volts on a 3.7 volt battery. Yeah, so it went up a little bit. So now the question is how do I get the battery, because I want to connect my out. So if I get something like this, right, and put the battery in there and then have the USB-C coming out the little battery holder thing, it's not going to line up perfectly, but then I can just have my out positive and out minus. I don't know. I don't know the best way to do this. Probably need longer wires connected to the battery so I can do it that way. But then again, I mean, this didn't look too bad, I don't guess. Something like that, you know. Then I can have my out, but I would still have I would have to bridge that out with a diode. So if I bridge that with a diode, what did I do with that diode? Here it is. So if I come on the output here with this diode, so let's take some solder and let's put it here. Like so. And we'll take our tweezers, grab our diode, now, if I measure voltage, I should be back down to I'm at 3.7 volts. So that I think that's too high. I don't think this will cut on at that high of a voltage. So I need to figure out a way to step the voltage down more. I need to step it down more. So 0.8. So the voltage drop on that is 0.8. Or 0.48 or whatever that was. So about the same. So what I have to, maybe if I put two in series, it would theoretically lower the voltage even more. But would it limit the current? I don't know. I don't know. might be a little bit dangerous, y'all. That might be a little bit dangerous. But yeah, it works. If I were to plug it in with a USB-C cable, what happens? Oh, it didn't like that. Alright, so I got this thing put back in the case with the battery installed. And as you can tell, it turns on with the battery. If I want to charge the battery, I just plug it in and the battery. I don't know why it wasn't working earlier, but now. But I can also turn the Game Boy on with it plugged in. Those two diodes in series are dropping about a volt. So it drops the voltage going into the Game Boy to around 3.5 volts, which is what it needs. The screen still sucks, but I think what I'm most likely going to do is I'm going to order one of those nice IPS screens from Handheld Legend in a new case to go in it. And those cases should already be compatible for this size battery. And that's the problem, is trying to find a battery small enough to fit into an original Game Boy Advance battery terminal. So yeah, it works. I fixed it. I made it better. It's rechargeable now. But yeah, so this is an unnecessarily long Game Boy Advance video. But that's all I had to work on. So that's what I worked on. All right, y'all be good.